Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and the fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and the desire shall fall. Because man goeth to his own home, and the mourners go about the streets. Wherever silver cord be loose, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the reel be broken at the cistern, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Vanity of vanity, saith the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed, and sought out, and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, that which was written was upright, even the words of truth. The words of the wise are as goads, as nails fastened by masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And further by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end. And much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God, keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, and every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swayed the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me in my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12 and verse 20. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're walking with Mr. Clay. I'm Mr. Clay. And we're still in the book of Job, Job chapter 16, as you prepare. Now, Job has listened to the accusations of Eliphaz, in which I stated that Eliphaz was swayed by the evil spirit that was guiding his conversation with Job, or his accusations and his so-called observances of Job. Now we're in chapter 16. There are many people suffering today, and many don't that have done right, many righteous people. But can a man judge a man who is righteous? If you say a person does good, he's a good man or a good woman, what standard do you use? You've just judged that person. You said, see, we say one thing about evil. When a person does what is evil and know it's evil, and you point it out, oh, you're judging me, you're judging me, you're judging me. But what about when we say a person is good, when a person has a good heart and all these other things? What? They don't say that. You're judging me. You don't know me. You see, good is evil and evil is good. To the person, to judge him or her as good, they have no, and they know they're evil, they have no rebuttal of that. But those who have done evil and know their heart is up to no good, but yet they love the praise and love to seem that they are good. You can take a pastor, many pastors, not all. You can take imams, many imams, not all, and those of other religions and denominations that fall from this book we call the Bible. Now, in Job chapter 13, or 16 should I say, he had to answer Eliphaz because he knew that this could not go, because silence does give consent. But there's a way to answer a person without making yourself look foolish and not tooting your own horn. Then Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Miserable comforters are ye all. You all are miserable. You're supposed to comfort me. You're supposed to give me some type of thing that I can hope on. Some things that you have seen that was good that I've done. You've seen what I've done throughout all the time that I've been here. How I fed the poor and I stood up for the widow and the fatherless. Oh, you're just miserable. Shall vain words have an end? Or what emboldeneth thee that thou should answerest? I also should speak as ye do. Even if your soul were in my soul's stead, I could heap up words against you and shake my head at you. He's really talking to the Satans that are swaying the hearts of these men who bring up these accusations, and he don't know it because he doesn't know the spiritual side of the whole thing. But I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving of my lips should assuage your grief. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged. Though I forbear, what am I eased? If I hold my peace, am I eased? But now he hath made me weary. Thou hast made desolate all my company. No, you're no good. It's just like nobody's here. And thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness raised up in me beareth me witness to my face. In other words, look how skinny I am from just going through what I'm going through. Can't eat, can't drink. Many things are happening. He teareth me in his wrath. He thinks God is mad at him. Who hateth me? He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. See, look at you. We can tell this by the accusations of Eliphaz and those others that had something to say. Yes. Verse 10, and they gaped upon me with their mouth, and they have smitten upon me the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me. God hath delivered me to the ungodly. He's calling his friends ungodly because he sees the ungodliness of their accusations. In other words, the lies that they're telling against him is nothing short of satanic accusations. They're accusing God to him, and they're accusing him to God. This is what is going on. Now, and we have to make sense of these things that are happening, especially if we're keeping the statutes, commandments, and ordinances of the Most High. Doesn't mean that we're going to suffer all the time, but when suffering does come, we have to understand, is it someone that sinned, or is God bragging on us? So-called to put it. In most cases, if you know you're keeping the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High, and you're really paying attention to and careful how you keep them, then God has nothing but to be merciful and even compassionate towards you and favorable towards you, because your confidence in God, your faith, as the West call it, is evident because of the life and how you carry yourself through life, whether you be among many or alone. This is a true mark of a anointed person of the Most High. But now he has made me weary and has made me desolate all my company. And thou hast filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rising up in me beareth witness to my face. Verse 9, he teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpen his eyes upon me. Look at you. Your eyes are just wanting to make me just fold over and give up the ghost. And they have gaped upon me with their mouth, and they have smitten me upon the cheek reproachfully. They have gathered themselves together against me, to bring me down. These Satans are there. They're really roasting Job. Yes, they're roasting this Edomite righteous man. God had delivered me to the ungodly and turned me over to the hands of the wicked. Wouldn't it feel the same thing if when you have suffered, when you have done things correctly before the Most High? This is not preached in your churches. They talk about the grave and suffering and as far as somebody talking about you. But when they say it to your face, this is what's happening here. These people are not holding back because they know Job cannot even strike back. There's something behind your back, but there's another thing to your face. When people just mock you and tell you things, and although they're lying about you to you. He says, verse 13, or should I say 12. I was at ease, but he had broken me asunder. He had taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. Job and all that suffering, and those of us or those we know are like Job, suffer as Job, and we know they are those that keep the commandments, statutes, and ordinances of the Most High. Yes, you are marked. You are marked for God's glory, because their mocking Job is God's glory. Because they see a righteous man, they have to make up lies. His arches compass me about. He cleaveth my reins asunder, and do not spare. He poureth out my gall upon the ground. Gall is that liquid that comes from, that helps break down and create bile in your stomach. It's, if you ever worked with cattle or fowl, you will see the gall, and it's very acidic. It just breaks down food. Now he breaketh me with breach upon breach. He runneth me upon me like a giant. Or I'm just an ant before God. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin and defiled my horn in the dust. My skin can't take regular cloth. I have to use sackcloth, because it breathes and I can get a little warmth from it. My face is foul with weeping, and my eyelids in the shadow of death. After all I lived before the Most High, after all that he'd done in fear and confidence and just loving the Most High, this is what it's become of. Not for any injustice in my hand. Also, my prayer is pure. I'm not praying that my enemies be defeated. I'm not praying that this brother over here give me his wife. I'm not praying stuff like that, no. Oh, earth, cover not my blood. and let my cry have no place. Also, behold, my witness is in heaven, the realm that I do not see. My record is on high. These things have to be shown as on high because they are not in a place where we can see it in this mortal flesh. We cannot see these things. We're tied to the bodies we're born in. Also now, behold, my witness is in heaven. My record is on high. In other words, God knows what I've done. God's seen me in my privacy. He's seen me amongst others. He's seen me alone. He's seen me whether I sit down or stand up, lay down, even use the bathroom. My God see me and how my heart truly is before him. Because one thing about Job, he practiced the presence of the Most High. If you notice throughout all the chapters of Job, even this chapter, Job practiced the presence. That God sees him naked. Not just without any clothes, but his bare thoughts. These angels, whether you call them messenger angels or spirits of the Most High, who record these things. They see, they report as one as naked. Yes, they do. He says, I have sown sackcloth upon my skin. I have defiled my horn in the dust. My face is foul with weeping. My eyelids is as the shadow of death. 17. Not for any justice in my hand, for my prayer is pure. Pure. I praise the Most High. I give the Most High glory. I pray for those that are wayward, and I pray for a backward nation of people around me who are full of evil and cursings and bitterness. I pray, O earth, cover not my blood. I don't want to go down to the earth yet. Let's skip to 20. He says, my friends scorn me. Are they really? Or these are the Satans working through your friends? They're being swayed in their minds. This could not be. How can a man be so devastated who we think he was doing something in secret? He had to be doing something we don't know about. But my friends scorn me, but my eyes pour tears out to God because of what I'm going through, and I don't understand it. It's what Job is saying. But Job knows his stance, and that stance he's taking, whether he falls, whether God slay him, he's going to trust God. He knows that God is righteous. And the same thing with us, regardless of what we suffer, when we are doing right and that which is right before the Most High and obeying his commandments, statutes, and ordinances. Yes, although people come against us, some of us may be rich and lost everything we had. Some may be poor. And God is ready to bless you, to see how you would still act in the midst of it all. And if we do these things, we will have